The Michigan High School Athletic Association presents the Class CC State Championship game between the Negaunee Miners and the Battle Creek Pennfield Panthers. Hi everybody, I'm Mark Andrews, along with Detroit Lions All-Pro linebacker Chris Spielman, and we're here at the Pontiac Silverdome for this afternoon's game. And Chris, all the games so far have been close, and this one promises to be a close one. Both teams have 12-0 records coming into it.
As I look down through the statistics, I see that they both play great defense. When you think about the state championship game, it's important that the defenses start fast to set the tempo.
Now you've got a team from the Upper Peninsula and a team from the Lower Peninsula. One team travels about 550 miles to get here. Another team travels about 3 hours, 200 miles to get here. Do you think that makes a difference?
I don't think so. I find that hard to believe because this is for all the marbles. This is what the kids work for all summer long. The adrenaline and what the game means kind of takes over for the travel difference.
Okay, Negaunee will be wearing their blue uniforms with gold helmets, as you see right there, while Battle Creek Pennfield, the Panthers, are in their white jerseys, also gold helmets, and yellow pants. Two teams wearing yellow helmets. Can that be distracting?
It could be, because if a defensive lineman gets a great pass rush and gets his hands up in the quarterback's face, he might throw it downfield thinking that's his guy, but it's not. That could hinder a play.
Now playing for the Lions, you don't face another team with the exception of Dallas that has the same type of helmet and uniform.
Well, that's true, and I remember when we played Dallas this year. It looked like our away uniforms, but at that time you know each other so well and you know the other team so well that you can pretty much distinguish who is who.
Both teams come in here with 12-0 records. Negaunee moves on to the finals after beating Whitehall 21-6, Ironwood 28-0, and Parchment 32-23. Now Battle Creek Pennfield knocked off Shepherd 24-15, 18-13 win over Ovid Elsie, and a 29-0 win over Saginaw New Bell Catholic Central. Now we also did the Class Double D game earlier today, and these kids look a little bigger than the Double D kids.
They do. They have a little more students in the school, probably a little more kids to choose from. They're a little bit bigger, and I'm not quite sure, but I was going down the line, and not quite as many kids go both ways. I don't think any of the quarterbacks are playing both ways.
There you see the Negaunee Miners under the direction of Coach Richard Koski in his 24th season. He's 147, 74-1, while Dave Hudson for Battle Creek Pennfield is 105 and 33 during his tenure there. 15th year at Battle Creek Pennfield. The referee for today's game, Gary Nowitzki from Monroe. The umpire is Greg Kutra from Jackson. The linesman, Henry Truskowski from River Junction. The line judge, James Reed from Jackson. And the back judge, Paul Carello from Monroe. Negaunee won the toss and elected to receive. They will be going from right to left. Kicking off for Battle Creek Pennfield is Rick Rawlings, number 76. He is also the punter for Pennfield. Two games have been played already this afternoon here at the Pontiac Silverdome. Two more to go, and the Class CC game is just about to get underway. Scott Clothier will be kicking off today for Battle Creek. And it's taken by number 21, Keith Larilla.
Got a middle return set up with number 22, Derek Duchesne, taking it straight up the middle. Good coverage. Breaks tackles, shows excellent balance. Starting out in good field position on the 35.
The quarterback is Ron Logan. 6'1", 161-pound senior for Negaunee. 1st and 10 from the 35. The give is to Buck Aho. And he gets the first down across the 45.
An off-tackle dive to Bud Aho. He's running with authority. He puts his head down and kind of just fights for a lot of yardage. Excellent play. Negaunee's come back in a one-back set with a run-and-shoot type look.
1st and 10 from the 47. Just underway here at the Pontiac Silverdome. Boy, he had knee faked on the bootleg. The give was to Aho once again. He picks up a couple. It'll be 2nd and 8 from the 49. Aho's carried for 804 yards this year. 19 touchdowns. Averaging 5.5 a carry.
Looks to me only after 2 plays that he's a north-south runner. He puts his head down and gets all he can get while he can get it.
Quarterback keeper. Ron Logan. Did they got down to the 48?
You come with the option. Now Logan is reading off that number 23 right there, the outside backer. He does a good job of stringing it out and let the pursuit from the inside come up and make the play.
Matt Slepper, number 44, making the stop.
Good job by the Pennfield defense.
3rd and 5. It's Negaunee and Battle Creek Pennfield for the Class CC Championship.
Bootleg. There it is.
Logan goes deep. It was intended for number 22, Derek Duchesne.
The bootleg action, trying to get the defense to flow. They got good penetration, put pressure on him. Forced him to kind of put it up for grabs. Defensive back makes an excellent break on the football.
That was number 32, Troy Place. So it's a punting situation. And Bud Aho is back to punt for Negaunee. It gets taken by number 11, Jason Livengood. And he's pulled down around the 20-yard line. Number 80, Richard Karki on the stop. So we'll get to see Battle Creek Pennfield take over on offense. 9:40 left to go, first quarter here at the Pontiac Silverdome. The quarterback is number 9, Dennis Wilson. Out of the basic formation. The give is to number 2, Art Clark. Clark, the top rusher for Battle Creek Pennfield this season.
Coming out in a full house or T formation, shades of Woody Hayes back in the 70s. I love it. They try to hit a little misdirection play, but Negaunee was there to stop him.
There you see Art Clark. The injured player for Battle Creek Pennfield is number 59, Ed Green, a tackle. For the starting center for Battle Creek Pennfield. Green, a 5'9", 198-pound junior. Boy, Pennfield thinks it's middle of July out here. Look at these guys. They're lucky they're indoors. I would challenge them to do that at Soldier Field in Chicago.
Yeah, really.
But this is one of the great times in your high school life when your team goes to the state championships and playing for all the marbles.
Well, it certainly is. And those guys have shown their support for their team any way they can. And, you know, you never know. A player might look up there, and little things like that often get players motivated.
They're sitting in the corner of the end zone.
I'll tell you, it feels like Soldier Field in here today.
It does. It's a little nippy.
Where's the heat?
It's getting cold outside on this November 30th, 1991. There you see the time remaining in the first quarter. They're still attending to Ed Green down along the side. Negaunee coming into this game 12-0, same record for Battle Creek Pennfield, 12-0. The Negaunee defensive line, by the way, averages 5'11", 178 pounds. The offensive line for Battle Creek Pennfield, 6 feet, 195 pounds. I should say Negaunee's defensive line, 5'10", 190. So they're pretty close, size and weights. There you see one of the youngsters having a good time here at the Silverdome this afternoon. Sees himself on TV.
You hate to see that, Mark. It looks like a knee or ankle. When a guy gets helped off the field like that, it's doubtful that he's going to return. And I don't think people realize what a key position center is.
Yeah.
Let's see if they have trouble with the quarterback-center exchange on this first snap here.
Well, the backup is number 55, Scott Clothier. He comes in to play the center spot. And we'll see what happens. It's 2nd and 6. The ball at the 25. There you see number 55, Clothier at center. Looks like a good snap to me. The give was to Jason Livengood right up the middle. And he is stopped right at the line. So it'll be 3rd and 6. Boom.
You see right there, the nose guard got good penetration. It's right over the guy that just came here. It's Clothier. Might be trying to take advantage of it. Fresh, not warmed up off the bench.
Number 62, David Simons making the stop. It's 3rd and 7. The give is to number 2, Art Clark. Tries to turn the corner, but he's piled up there. Number 72, Scott Hendrickson making the stop.
Nice play by Scott there to keep contained, not letting the guy get outside, and the pursuit's coming and put a nice hit on him. They're getting a lot of people to the football. You love to see that as a coach. The more people you get to the ball, the better chance there is for a turnover.
They pick up a couple. It's 4th and 3 at the 27. Rick Rawlings is back to punt for Pennfield. High snap. It goes back toward the end zone. Rawlings is in trouble. He better get out of there. He throws it back out of the end zone.
Safety.
So it'll be a safety. What a big play. Rawlings, not a happy man. Negaunee gets on the board 2-0.
I didn't see who snapped the ball, but I wonder if the center that was hurt was a regular long snapper. You have to check on it. I don't know.
No, it's number 50, Luke Majors.
Right.
That's who's listed in the program.
Sometimes the adrenaline gets going, and a guy has a little more strength in there than he thinks, and he sails one. So.
Gotta get excited.
And now, Pennfield has to kick off with a free kick to Negaunee. What a momentum build.
That is, that certainly is. It's a great job. It's great for your defense. Get the defense fired up, and also you gotta look at where they're kicking from. They should be kicking from the 20-yard line. They should give Negaunee excellent field position.
And on the free kick, as you know, you can kick it any way you like. You can punt it, you can kick it off. And so Negaunee.
Usually teams in this situation punt the football simply because they get a little bit better hang time and it allows their coverage team to get down that fast.
Now Rick Rawlings will be doing just that. The deep man for Negaunee, number 25, Negaunee, number 25, Dave Delangelo, is back at his own 30. John Beckman, number 10, is standing at the 35. So they will get good field position either way on this kick. And as Chris mentioned, they've got a kick from the 20. And it looks like Rawlings is going to punt it. Negaunee leads 2-0 on the miscue. And here comes Rawlings. Gets his foot in, taken by Delangelo, and he is down at the 43. So the Miners get it there, 1st and 10 at the 43.
Did a good job of fielding the ball, because as you know, it's a free ball if it hits the ground on that situation.
There you see our score, 2-0, with 7:35 left to go in the first quarter. Number 15, Ron Logan, is the quarterback, as you see him right there. The give is to number 25. That's Dave Delangelo. And he picks up about 8 as he gets to midfield.
They come out in a different formation. This time they're coming out with the I formation with a simple isolation play. They got an excellent block on the linebacker by Bud Aho on number 55, Scott Collier. Cleared away.
Number 88, Brent Kaufman, brought him down. So it'll be 2nd and a long 2. At midfield. The give is to number 25 once again. That's Delangelo. And he gets the first down as he gets toward the 45.
Here we have a situation of a repeat of a play. A lot of teams in the NFL do that. If you don't stop it, you stay with it. Here you go again. 35, the big fullback leading the way. Get a first down.
Number 50, Luke Majors on the stop. As you see, Negaunee head coach Richard Koski. 1st and 10 for Negaunee at the Pennfield 46. On the option, the give once again is to Delangelo, but he gets stacked up right around the line of scrimmage. Number 55, Scott Clothier, leading the way with help from number 23, Jim Martins.
That's how you play the option. When you defend an option football team, you assign one guy to the quarterback and one guy to the pitch. Each man executed his responsibility perfectly.
There you saw Delangelo, number 25, hobbling a little bit. Back to the huddle. 5:50 left to go, first quarter. Negaunee with the football. And flags all over the place.
Legal motion, left end jumped. Tight end for Negaunee jumped offsides.
There you see referee Gary Nowitzki. Offside against Negaunee. That'll be a 5-yard walk-off. Taking it back to the Negaunee 49. And it'll be 2nd and 15.
A lot of teams like to set up the draw and screen on this type of down right here.
Negaunee and Battle Creek Pennfield. And there you see Pennfield coach Dave Hudson with a 105-33 record in 15 years. There you see Logan, the Negaunee quarterback. Once again, they go right up the middle. Number 35 is Bud Aho. And he picks up about 2.5 yards, 3 yards. Call it 3rd and a long 11 for the Miners from Negaunee.
Spreading the formation out a little bit.
Logan, back to pass. Fires one way over number 10, John Beckman. So it'll bring up a 4th down situation.
Good coverage. They had a standard pass route, a play action. They send a guy to the out and bring another guy in the curl.
Bud Aho, number 35, back to punt for Negaunee. Deep for Pennfield. Number 2, Art Clark, and number 11, Jason Livengood. Oh, he barely got the punt away, and their flag is thrown as he hit Bud Aho on the punt. It gets hit immediately by Pennfield, but don't even think about it, Pennfield. There's a roughing the kicker call coming up here against Battle Creek Pennfield. He really laid into Bud Aho just after he got the kick away. It was close, too. He almost got, here it is again. Watch him hit him. Oh, he just was out of our swing.
Almost got his knee.
Yep.
I'll tell you that right now, what's hurting Pennfield's mental errors. You cannot have mental errors. Just lack of concentration.
There you see Art Clark.
They're not giving their offense a chance to score. They're not letting their offense get on the field, and it's causing them problems right now.
Big break for the Miners, as they will now get it 1st and 10 at the Battle Creek Pennfield 31-yard line. Ron Logan steps up to the line. Logan, a 6'1" senior. The give is to Delangelo, and he gets close to the 30-yard line for a pickup of about 2. So the Miners just, well, let's call it 1, make it 2nd and 9 from the 30. Logan, 39 of 79 passing for 732 yards this season for the Miners. Now they send Beckman in motion right. On the pitch, it goes to Delangelo, and he gets swamped around the 31, but we're looking at a face mask right here. Oh, Delangelo even had to straighten his helmet up there.
I don't like that face mask penalty, Mark. I think that should be legal to grab. But here again, you have an excellent job.
There it is, right there.
Scott,
you can see his head.
Scott Clothier, yeah. Even though they got a face mask, I think the Pennfield team is doing an excellent job of defending the option. Everybody's playing assignment football. They got a guy at a quarterback and a guy in the pitch. But again, there's penalties. Penalties and turnovers kill a football team.
If you take the roughing the kicker call and that face mask call, we're looking at probably 35, close to 40 yards in penalties.
It's a killer, it really is.
1st and 10 for Negaunee. They have the ball at the Pennfield 16. The give is to Delangelo, and they nail him right around the 18 for a loss of 2. And Delangelo is slow to get up.
That's the 2nd time he's been slow to get up. He's banged up a little bit, but I'm sure he's a tough guy. He don't want to leave this game. If he can walk, he's going to play.
And they're continuing to give him the ball.
That's right. Maybe he's pulling the old Jim Brown stunt.
Could be. Could be. 2nd and 10, the ball at the 16. 2:27 left to go, 1st quarter. Logan, the give is to Aho, and Aho gets inside the 15. Charles Bud Aho, number 35, also serves as the Negaunee punter. Gets down to the 14. So he picks up a couple. It'll be 3rd and 8.
Big down for Pennfield right here. They got to keep him from getting the 1st down.
We're here in the 1st quarter. Negaunee with a 2-0 lead on a safety.
Reverse.
Logan.
Nice.
And to give that time. Went to Aho once again. Or I'm sorry. That's number 10, John Beckman.
They tried to counter reverse, but the Pennfield defenders stayed home, kept his responsibility, and made a nice play. Good call. Good call.
4th down now. What are they going to do? They're going to go for it. I know you love this, Chris.
Oh, yeah. Play to win.
The Double C State Championship game from the Silverdome. Big 4th down. Logan goes into the end zone. Interception by Levengood. Levengood to the 15. To the 30. He has nobody chasing him. 2 players back. And he's on his way. Touchdown.
No flags now. direction. The safety does a nice job. I don't think the quarterback can even see him. Does a nice job breaking on the football. Decides, Right now, I think he knows he's got a touchdown.
Oh, come on, get out.
He's starting to smell it now.
Now he knows.
There he goes.
Right there, once he passed that guy, he knew it was pay dirt. And he's on his way, 102 yards. The interception return for the TD. Now Pennfield comes right back. Livingood getting swamped by his teammates. They're going for the two-point conversion. Full house backfield, and the give is to Jim Martins. And he does not make it. But Pennfield takes the lead, 6-2. That is the longest interception return in playoff history, 100 yards.
That's the longest one in football history. I've never seen one that long.
The longest one to date was Chuck Tolbert for St. Martin de Porres against Crystal Falls Forest Park in the 1978 Class D final. Wow.
There's one thing that we might want to take into account here is that the Pennfield defense has been on the field the whole first quarter. Let's see if they, I'm sure they're inspired now, but let's see if their energy and motivation.
There it is again.
Jason Livingood on the pick. He gets excellent blocks downfield. Right there by number 2. Forces the guy to miss. Here comes the key block on the quarterback. Coming up right here. I can't see the number quite yet. Here it comes. Right there. I didn't get the number, but it was a great block. Scott Collier does a good job of not clipping the guy from behind, and he's off to the races from there.
Jason Livingood. A 5'8", 145-pound senior, his 17th touchdown of the season. He had 16 on offense, 876 yards rushing this past year, averaging 8 yards a carry.
Not bad.
Big play.
Big play performer right there.
39 seconds left to go in the first quarter. And you talk about strange plays with a 6-2 lead for Pennfield. And getting set to kick off is Scott Collier, number 55. Kicks it deep. John Beckman backward at the 5. To the 20, to the 22 before he's hauled down by number 2, Art Clark. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Negaunee Miners at the 22. Boy, you don't know what's going to happen in this one.
New quarterback change.
Number 9, Josh Muller, the backup, is in now at quarterback for Ron Logan, number 15.
I have to believe there's something wrong with Logan because I don't think a coach would pull his number 1 quarterback for an interception.
I don't see him along the sideline. Well, now a timeout has been called.
He's down there. He looks healthy to me. I don't know. I don't understand what his thinking is.
Yeah, there's Ron Logan with his helmet off. So Josh Muller, a 6'1", 160-pound senior, comes in at quarterback for Negaunee. Muller has 1 attempt, 1 completion for 10 yards so far this year. There you see the starting quarterback, Ron Logan.
He looks healthy. I don't know what the decision is. Maybe he feels he needs to go with the change and swing the momentum. I don't know. See if it pays off.
So Muller is in at quarterback, number 9 for Negaunee. The give is to Aho, who goes right up the middle and picks up about 5 before he's pulled down by number 88, Brett Kaufman. So it'll be 2nd and 5 from the 27.
Bud don't fool around. He's a north and south guy. He sees the guy in front of him. He's not going to try to dodge him. He's going to put his head down and run over him. Nice play by the linebacker, Scott Coley.
Well, that's the end of the first quarter, with Pennfield leading Negaunee in this Class CC state championship game, 6-2. Negaunee got on the board when on 4th down, the Pennfield snap for a punt went over the head of Rick Rawlings, the punter, into the end zone. He had no place to go, and he was swamped in the end zone for a safety. Then Jason Livengood picked off a Ron Logan pass and went 100 yards on the interception for the touchdown, setting a state final record, making it 6-2 Battle Creek Pennfield. So maybe that was it. Maybe Logan was so distraught over throwing the interception that the coach just figures he should settle himself down a little bit.
That's the only thing I can think of. In a situation like that, it's like if you want to get right back on the horse, get him out there. Obviously, the coach knows what he's doing, what's best for his football team, and right now he's made the decision to go with the backup quarterback.
Okay, here we go. Starting the second quarter, 2nd and 5 from the 27. Negaunee with the ball. That's Josh Muller in at quarterback for Negaunee. The give is to Bud Aho, and he just rambles up to about the 34-yard line, gets the first down, and picks up, about 7.
We have a trap. We call that a lead-o. Kick out by the guard coming around, and he's a strong runner, just breaks tackles and gets upfield.
Matt Slepper made the initial stop on Aho.
I think Negaunee's sensing that maybe that Pennfield defense is getting a little tired. They're going to try to establish the line of scrimmage and run the football.
One back for Negaunee. They set Beckman in motion. The give is to Aho. Flags all over the place. Well, wait from the call from referee Gary Nowitzki. Procedure against Negaunee. So that'll walk 5 off on the Miners. That'll put it back to the 29, or 29. Setting up a 1st and 15. As we take a look at Richard Koski on the Negaunee bench.
Looks like Lou Holtz pacing up and down there a little bit.
He does. He's got the Lou Holtz walk.
There you go.
11:20 left to go first half. 6-2, Battle Creek Pennfield with the lead over Negaunee here at the Silverdome. Muller calling the signals, and once again, looks like another procedure call.
Sometimes that happens when you bring a new quarterback into the game. The timing's off. His voice inflection might be different from the other quarterback, and the guys might not be used to him.
So it'll be 1st and 20 from the 24. And we see Ron Logan along the sidelines, still standing there, number 15. Maybe he will come back in after this series.
I'm sure he will.
Josh Mullen, number 9, has Bud Aho in the backfield. Once again, another procedure call. That time on the left side by Derek Duchesne, number 22. He moved.
They really got to gather themselves and get composed again. Everybody's losing their composure a little bit. See, I don't know what the discussion could be about. The guy jumped.
Unless they decline it. I don't know what happens if you decline it.
I don't think
you can run the play. So.
I don't think you can decline a penalty that happens before the snap.
So that'll make it First and 25 now.
First in a while.
And the ball is on the 19.
I got to believe that the timing of the, because they're a motion offense, and when you have a motion type offense, a lot of it, the motion and the timing depends on the cadence. And I got to believe that the timing of the quarterback and the rest of the team is off.
And now a timeout has been called. Or one of the officials are over talking to the coach of Battle Creek Pennfield, Dave Hudson. And the Negaunee coach is out there, Richard Koski, talking to his team. Maybe he's mapping out a new play so it's as easy as possible so they at least can get a playoff and get back in the rhythm.
They have to do something. That's like we talked about earlier. Penalties will kill you. With the Lions, we always talk about penalty avoidance that is stressed in everything that we do. Pretty soon, if you get enough penalties, they start taking it out of your paycheck. So it's some source of motivation. I don't know how much these guys are getting paid here.
Not a thing, they're high school athletes.
Well, I went to Maston in Ohio. We're the only high school team that was put on probation, so not so fast.
10:37 to go in the second quarter. Here we go. They get this play off. Muller takes it himself and gets up to the 35. A pickup of about 15 or 16. He gets pulled down around the 36. Nice call.
Maybe that's why they put Josh in there to run the option. He might be the option quarterback, the runner, but more than the passer. Shows good speed, good vision, turns up, hits the hole, puts his head down. You gotta like that in the quarterback.
Oh, that's willing to do that.
He might be their option quarterback, Mark. That might have been the decision for the switch.
2nd and 9. After the pickup of 15. Muller again on the carry. And he's close to the first down if he doesn't have it. He does have the first down as he gets up to the 45.
What we're seeing here is that they log. We call that a log block on the guy who was the outside linebacker who was responsible for the quarterback. In the first few series, they were defending the option well because each guy was playing out their responsibility. Now they're not getting anybody on the quarterback and it's letting them run free.
Number 32, Troy Place, in on the stop for Pennfield. So it's first down for Negaunee. Now that they've got their signal straight, Muller's showing his value.
There you go.
The give is to Bud Aho, and Aho gets up to the 44. A loss of about a yard. Now they're going to mark it right at the line of scrimmage.
I'll tell you, Kevin Anthony made a nice play on that play. He's seen the guard pull. He shot the gap where the guard vacated and closed the trap before Bud could get turned upfield.
There you see Kevin Anthony, one of the linebackers for Pennfield. 5'8", 160-pound senior. 8:52, as you see, left to go in the first half. Battle Creek Pennfield with a 6-2 lead over Negaunee. Negaunee with the ball. Muller takes it himself and gets up to about the 48 before he's brought down by number 55, Scott Clothier.
Here's the option again. This time they get good support from number 23, the outside backer, comes in. Scott Clothier and Art Clark also come in to finish him off. That's how you play the option. You got them defensive backs coming up awful fast.
8:09 left to go. Third down, 7 to go. Movement on the line once again. They gave it to John Beckman, but there are flags all over the place.
Again, I want to emphasize with this type of offense, a lot of the movement and motion is on cadence. And it's obvious to me and you, I think, that their timing is off with the Canes. And I think the coach is telling Josh that right now.
Illegal procedure call.
I'm not happy about it.
Against Negaunee. That makes it 3rd and 12 from the 43. They have to get to the Pennfield 45 for a first down. Muller back to pass. He goes deep for Beckman. Oh! Beckman was there at the Pennfield 17, but couldn't hold on.
They set that play up with the play before. I told you the defensive backs were coming up awful fast. They ran the play action, sent the guy deep down the sidelines. Excellent throwing football. He had it in his hands. You got to make that catch. That's right in his hands. Perfect throw. He's obviously upset about it, but he better clear himself and get focused for the next play. Let it go.
So it's a punting situation for Negaunee. Bud Aho back to punt.
Got a lot of football left. Get it out of your head.
Now Battle Creek Pennfield calls timeout on the punt, so they're going to get a chance to kick it again.
Mark, we got 7:28 to go in a half, and we have seen Pennfield's offense for 3 plays.
Pennfield has only one more timeout here in the first half, and we still have just under 7.5 minutes to play. There's Richard Koski, the Negaunee coach. So, Muller comes back in, unless he's on special teams. I wonder if they're going to go for it. They changed their mind.
I don't know. He might be. Yeah, it looks like it. He's clapping.
Yeah.
Because he wants his number called. Give him the ball, coach. Give him the ball. He wants.
Yep. But Aho goes back. So number 6, Josh Muller, unless, boy,
They got
keep your eye open for a fake.
They got Ronnie Logan playing the fullback position.
Now they get it back to Aho. He kicks it straight up in the air. Short punt for Negaunee, but it takes a bounce.
Get away from the football.
Down at the 37, where Pennfield takes over 1st and 10.
Anytime you have a punt like that, if you're the receiving team, you want to clear everybody out. We call it a poison call. That way you avoid it bouncing off one of your teams, and it's a free ball then.
First quarter time of possession, 10 minutes for Negaunee, 2 minutes for Pennfield. But Pennfield has a 6-2 lead.
Yeah, good field position to start out with.
Pennfield back on offense. The pitch goes to Art Clark, number 2. And he gets about 5 to about the 43. So a gain of 5 on the play. 2nd and 5 from the 43. Let's call it 2nd and 4. Battle Creek Pennfield. A 100-yard interception return by Jason Livengood. Full house backfield for Pennfield. Back to pass. Intercepted. This is number 15, Logan. And he redeems himself by getting down to the 40-yard line where Negaunee takes over.
It's got to feel good for him to come back and make a play like that. They have a bootleg pass. They're trying to hit Art Clark out of the backfield. Ronnie Logan playing safety does a nice job. In the right place at the right time.
So Logan has thrown an interception. He's picked off one.
Well, that's got to be good for him because to us it was obvious that he was quite distraught after that interception return for a touchdown. But it's good that he cleared himself and come back and made a play to help his team.
There you see some of the Negaunee fans who made their way down from the UP. First and 10 for the Miners at the 40. Muller gets hauled down by number 77, Brian Neal, a 6-foot, 176-pound senior defensive tackle.
Nice play on the option again. They made some adjustments on the sidelines, and they got to figure with number 9 in there, they're going to run that option to death.
5:25 to go now in the first half. Battle Creek Pennfield with a 6-2 lead. Muller still has only, and now they set up in the eye. Aho and Delangelo. And Muller goes back quickly, fires down the field, Cook for number 40. That's Lance LaRock. First down for Negaunee.
Play action, sets up nice, sets up quick, nice delivery. Hits the guy in the seam route. That's got to be your safety. Your safety's got to get there to make the play. What they did was they stretched the safeties. They sent a guy outside and they sent a guy up to seam. He made the correct read, hit the inside receiver up to seam. Helmet cam, shades of the World League of American Football. Where am I at? Deja vu.
Muller back to pass again. Intercepted. Number 63, Kevin Anthony. And he's pulled down by David Simons, number 62. A lot of turnovers.
This is happening too fast for me here. I'll tell you, Kevin Anthony does a nice job. He recognizes it's a bootleg. He gets back in the zone. Josh delivers the ball. He just doesn't see him. He had a guy open. Nice play by Kevin Anthony. Put that ball away. That's it.
First and 10 for Pennfield at their own 23. 4:24, the clock moving here in the first half. Broken play.
Fumble.
It looks like Negaunee got it back. That's what the motion is. One of the officials, yes. Negaunee gets it back. Number 64, Todd Oji on the fumble recovery. There you see him.
The way this game is going, instead of the team who scores, who has the ball last, going to win it, the team who makes the last mistake. Wow, this is unbelievable.
Now Negaunee comes on the field on offense. They've only been off for a play. And now there are 4 minutes left in the first half. A wild one here at the Silverdome. Josh Muller decides to take it himself, and he is hauled down, number 44, the first man to hit him. That's Matt Sleeper.
Matt made a nice play. Josh is looking to run the football now. He looked to me like he might have been able to pitch the ball there. Pennfield's doing an excellent job of stringing the option out and letting the pursuit catch up with the football.
A loss of 6. Second and 16 from the 30. Now the officials call timeout, a equipment problem in the secondary for Pennfield. Muller decides to go up top and deep. Caught, touchdown!
Great catch.
Number 40, Lance LaRock with the Negaunee touchdown. Here it is again.
Same play action, stretching the safety out. He's got 2 guys running deep. He's got one stretching into the outside and one hitting up the seam. He's got good coverage. It's just a great throw and a great catch. Oh! You cannot let the guy get behind you. When you're in 2 deep or 3 deep coverage, the safety's #1 rule is never let an opposing receiver get behind you. He might have got sucked up on the play action.
Number 10, John Beckman, on to attempt the extra point. And a timeout called by Negaunee.
Super catch.
Muller not afraid to go up top.
No, I tell you, I like him. he's coming. He's throwing an interception. He comes back and fires it right over the top. Makes
Ron Logan, number 15, was the starting quarterback, but he threw an interception taken by Jason Livingood of Battle Creek Pennfield, who went 100 yards, setting a state playoff record for a touchdown.
Lance LaRock made a great play. You know, in big games like this, you have to have players step up and make big plays, and that certainly was one of the better catches that I've seen. Shades of Willie Green, the touchdown machine right there.
John Beckman on to attempt the extra point. Derek Duchesne to hold. High snap, they go for the 2. And Beckman gets pulled down by number 88. It's Brett Cochman. So they don't get the 2, but they put 6 on the board and take an 8-6 lead here in the Class Double C state championship game at the Silverdome with 2:57.
Here it is, the play action. It looks like the safety's got a pretty good read on it, but they're stretched. They got a guy going deep outside and a guy up to seam. And as I said before, the #1 rule for a defensive back, if you're playing zone coverage, never let any receiver get behind you. Right there they did, and it cost them.
A 30-yard touchdown pass from Josh Muller to Lance LaRock. There you see the Negaunee cheerleaders. But turnovers have been a big part of this game, along with some procedure calls against Negaunee.
I'll tell you what, that turnovers and penalties often make or break a football team. In big games like this, sometimes nerves take over, and that causes that type of thing.
There you see John Beckman teeing the ball up. Beckman, a 6-foot, 170-pound senior, is a flanker on this Negaunee team on offense. He's also one of the defensive backs. And he hits this end-over-end kick, taken by Livingood at the 20. And he gets up to the 28. Number 55 in on the stop. That's Andy Evans. 1st and 10 now for Battle Creek Pennfield.
After halftime, I'll show you.
Trail 8-6 here in the first half. .240 and counting here in the second quarter. Wilson gives to number 23. That's Jim Martins. And he has the first down and more.
Good play. They had Art Clark flanked out a receiver position, faked the reverse. Shows good speed around the corner, breaking contain. Whoever has contain over there cannot lose contain. He's got a responsibility, he's got to hold on to it.
Ron Logan pulling him down.
Nice hit.
1st and 10 now for Battle Creek Pennfield at their own 48. The give is to number 34, Chris Locke, a 5'10 sophomore, who gets across midfield to the Negaunee 47, bringing up 2nd and 4. They come out of the huddle quickly with just over 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Pennfield down by 2, 8-6. Wilson. It's John Chartrand. Chartrand gets down to the 35 of Negaunee.
An excellent call by the Pennfield coaching staff. They've seen Negaunee in the 3D coverage, and you're vulnerable on the backside of the 3 coverage to the flat area. That's where they hit it. Good read, good play. Nice job getting upfield.
Quick huddle. They're moving quickly as the clock continues to move with 1:45 to go. Wilson, the giver's to Livingood. He gets down to about the 30, where he's hit by 3 Negaunee players. Now Pennfield takes their final timeout with 1:31 to go.
Now we have a situation that I'm sure both these teams prepared for is a 2-minute type offense. Coach will come out here, probably call 2 or 3 plays in the huddle. Use them correctly. He also has, they have no timeouts left, so they gotta be alert and know when to stop the clock and when to run the play.
An intense look from one of the Negaunee Miners. 1:31 to go. And you see the traditional Christmas tree hanging from the Silver Dome roof.
You know, I never knew that was there until this year, until somebody said it was falling down when we were out there practicing the other day. It's nice, though. I like it.
That tree is 15 feet tall, though it doesn't look that from this distance. They said it was about 30, but the hoists couldn't pull it up, so they had to keep cutting it down.
I wish they'd cut it down just a little bit more.
One of the assistant Negaunee coaches, and here we go. 2nd and 5 from the 30. Battle Creek Pennfield with the ball. Dennis Wilson going deep. Intercepted.
Great play.
Number 9, Josh Muller, the quarterback, with the interception. So
Great play.
the Negaunee quarterbacks have pulled off 2 passes.
They know what it's like to throw them, so they might as well know like to get them. That's a great play. Look how he looks and leans into the receiver. He has as much right to the ball as number 2, Art Clark. We teach our corners to do that all the time. When the balls come, to look and lean. Excellent play, Josh.
Some of the Negaunee fans here at the Dome. So Negaunee gets it back with 1:24 and a 2-point lead. 8-6. They have the ball at the 20.
They're spreading out the formation.
Muller, the give is to Aho, and he gets up to the 24. Number 82, John Chantren, on the stop. The clock moving with 1:06 to go. The Pontiac Silverdome, the site of the state championship in all 8 classes. Seeing a lot of action on Friday, November 9th, and today, November 30th, 1991. As Josh Muller calls the signals. The give is to Aho, second man through, and boy, can he bowl through. He gets about 8 on that carry. But Aho is averaging 5.5 a carry. Or is that Delangelo?
Delangelo, good block, isolation play. Which I don't think Pennfield minds too much right now. Clock's running down, and looks like Negaunee's going to be satisfied to take an 8-6 lead into halftime. They're setting back, playing a prevent-type defense. The linebackers playing about 7-8 yards off the football.
This could be the last play of the half. Muller gives to Aho. He gets a couple as the clock winds down with 10 seconds left. And it is going to run out. That's the end of the first half. With the Miners from Negaunee taking an 8-6 lead. Negaunee picked up a safety on a bad snap on a punt that went over Rick Rawlings' head for Battle Creek Pennfield. Went into the end zone for the safety. Then Jason Livengood from Battle Creek Pennfield intercepted a pass in the end zone and ran it a state record 100 yards for a touchdown, making it 6-2 Battle Creek Pennfield. Then Negaunee came back in the second quarter, a pass from Josh Muller to Lance LaRock, 30 yards, making the score 8-6 for the Negaunee Miners over Battle Creek Pennfield. Now we'll take a look at some of the bands here at halftime and be back with second half action between Negaunee and Battle Creek Pennfield.
Ladies and gentlemen, for 1991, under the direction of Mr. Jerry Rose and Mr. Richard Earn, it's the Pennfield Panther Marching Band. Band, take the field. This year's band is led by Senior Drum Major Lori Hall and Junior Drum Major Ted Potterella. Band, are you ready?
With the Miners from Negaunee taking an 8-6 lead. Negaunee picked up a safety on a bad snap on a punt that went over Rick Rawlings' head for Battle Creek Pennfield, went into the end zone for the safety. Then Jason Livengood from Battle Creek Pennfield intercepted a pass in the end zone and ran it a state record 100 yards for a touchdown, making it 6-2 Battle Creek Pennfield. Then Negaunee came back in the second quarter, a pass from Josh Muller to Lance LaRock, 30 yards, making the score 8-6 for the Negaunee Miners over Battle Creek Pennfield. Now we'll take a look at some of the bands here at halftime and be back with second half action between Negaunee and Battle Creek Pennfield.
Ladies and gentlemen, for 1991, under the direction of Mr. Jerry Rose and Mr. Richard Earn, it's the Pennfield Panther Marching Band. Band, take the field. This year's band is led by Senior Drum Major Lori Hall and Junior Drum Major Ted Potterella. Band, are you ready? first selection was one of the 1950s most recognizable hits, Run Around Sue. And now, moving on into the 1960s, feel free to get up and dance if you'd like to, the Surfaris' big hit, Wipeout.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your halftime entertainment, we proudly present the pride of Upper Michigan, the Negaunee High School Marching Minor Band. Program today will highlight several selections performed during the regular marching band season. You just heard the band's opener, Off the Line. Other selections include Sticks Alive, Memory, The Phantom of the Opera, and the Negaunee High School Song. Let's listen as the percussion section is featured in Sticks Alive. The first home game this year was dedicated to the memories of the past summer vacation. The band performs now from the Broadway musical Cats, Memory. Broadway shows were the feature at the second home game. From one of the most popular shows running today, let's listen to the selections from Phantom of the Opera.
Getting set to start the third quarter of play. 24 minutes of football remain. I'm Mark Anders, along with Detroit Lions All-Pro linebacker Chris Spielman. And Chris, a wild first half of football, one of the wildest I've seen in a long time.
I've never seen anything like that. And for a team that has 28 yards total offense and had the ball for, let's see, 4 minutes and 59 seconds, and to only be down by 2 points, they got to be feeling pretty good about that.
Well, 19 minutes and 1 second, the time of possession for Negaunee. Battle Creek Pennfield had the ball for 4 minutes and 59 seconds. The kickoff will be by number 10, John Beckman for Negaunee. Once again, Battle Creek Pennfield in the white uniforms with green and gold trim. And the kick is taken by number 23, Jim Martins, and he gets across the 35 to the 37. Some of the first half stats. Martin's the top Pennfield runner with 20 yards. Bud Aho leading Negaunee with 39 yards. Josh Muller, 2 of 4 passing for 52 yards. Dennis Wilson, you see him right there, 1 of 3 for 12 yards. The give is to Martins, and he gets up to around the 38-yard line before he's stacked up there.
Coming out in the back to the full house T formation, looking like they're going to try to establish a line of scrimmage and get some type of offense going here.
Negaunee got on the board in the first quarter with a safety on a punt that went over the head of Pennfield punter Rick Rawlings into the end zone. Living good for Pennfield, a 100-yard interception. Give that time was to can't tell exactly. Number 32, 23, Jim Martins again.
They're going to have to spread out a little bit and throw the football, loosen that defense up.
There's Rick Koski. Third down play, 3rd and 7 from the 40. The give is to Art Clark. He's got the first down and more across the 50-yard line.
Well, they did exactly what I thought they wouldn't do. That just goes to show you how much I know, but they come with a misdirection counter trap. Art makes a nice cut, cuts it back, breaks tackles. Great second effort to get the first down.
Clark, a 6-foot junior, averaging 9.2 yards a carry with 9 rushing touchdowns and 2 touchdown receptions. 1st and 10 for Pennfield from the Negaunee 47. This time, Chris Locke, number 34, gets the call. The 5'10 sophomore picks up a yard, making it 2nd and 9 from the 46. Dennis Wilson is the quarterback. He pitches to Locke, number 30, rather to Troy Place, number 32. And he gets down to the 39.
You got a quick pitch with the guard tackle pulling out, kicking out to support, cutting it up inside, getting all he can get. Good call. They're starting to be able to run the football a little bit and controlling the ball. I'm sure the coach is happy about that.
Derek Duchesne, number 22, on the stop for Negaunee. As you see David Hudson, the Pennfield coach. 3rd and 1. And Livingood gets the call and the first down. Number 72. Scott Hendrickson making the stop for Negaunee.
Looks to me like Pennfield went in and said, we're going to come out, we're going to establish a line of scrimmage, run the football, and hopefully take some time off the clock and control the game.
And they're doing that, just that right now. The give this time is to Martins, and he gets inside the 30.
So I give credit to the coaching staff there for sticking with their game plan. Just counter trap, lead blocker, nice cut. Fighting for all you can get. Good play.
DeShane and Beckman on the stop. Pennfield moving it nicely here. They have it at the Negaunee 28. The give was to Livingood, number 11. He just spun over the top of the line. Inside the 30 now. It'll be 3rd and 2. Ball just touching the 28. In the first half, Pennfield had only 16 yards rushing. Martins on the carry, number 23. Close to the first down. They may have to measure this one. Yep, they're going to bring the chains out. Yep, they're going to measure it.
Let's see what Negaunee does to maybe they'll bring some more people up on the line of scrimmage to take away the run. They're getting pounded right now a little bit, so either they got to do one or two things. They got to bring more people up, or they got to start shooting the gaps and maybe blitzing a little bit.
Oh, they're short of the first down by just that much. About 2 lengths of the football. Well, maybe a length of the football. So it'll be a big 4th down play here.
I'll tell you where they're going to go. I think they're going to get the ball to Jason Livingood. He's been getting the tough yards all day.
Martins and Chris Locke come out.
A big play in the football game right here, Mark.
Full house backfield. They also have Troy Place back there and Brad Hutchins, the larger kids. The give is to number 32, Troy Place, and he gets the first down. And he gets down to the 25.
We said this before, that the first possession of the second half often sets the tempo for the rest of the game. Excellent blocking. Got 2 lead guys leading up through the hole. Stuffs it in there.
There you see our score with 7:05 and the clock moving in the 3rd. They may have changed the play at the line, or they were just double checking. Full house backfield. The give is to Martins. Martins down close to the 22-yard line before he's pulled down by number 63, Jeff Crook.
So Luke Majors makes a nice block here. Look at him. He avoids that block, gets out, kicks. Nice hit.
John Beckman helping out on the tackle. 2nd and 7 from the 21.
Derek DeShane, even though he got knocked down, made a nice play of grabbing the ball carrier as he was going down.
Dennis Wilson, a 5'9" senior, is the quarterback for Pennfield. The give is to Place. And Troy Place gets down close to the 20. Troy is a 6'1" senior, 173 pounds. Scored 3 touchdowns this year, averaging 6.5 yards a carry. Brings up a 3rd and 5.
It'll be interesting to see what they do here. If they're going to throw the ball or stick with the ground game. I got to think they're going to spread it out a little bit and throw it. Once again, I'm wrong.
They stay with that standard set. The give is to Martins. He's close to the first down, but he's short by about a half yard. Here it is again.
Same play. They block down, put 2 lead backs, lead them up through the hole. It's a good play. It's been working for them.
4th and 1 for the Panthers from Battle Creek, Pennfield.
I'm going to try one more prediction here. I'm going to say they're going to run that same play but the opposite side. I know I'm right this time. No, 23's lined up on the right, so I'm going to think we're going to give to Martins coming back to the left.
Wilson calling the signals. The give is to Martins, and they stack him up. We'll have to wait to see the mark of the ball. I think he's got it, though.
Great second effort.
Yep, they're going to mark it across the 15 to the 14. First down for Battle Creek Pennfield.
Got to wrap him up. He does a great job of spinning, getting all he can get. He did a nice job of stuffing him at the point of the attack, but he spun off and great second effort got him first down.
First and 10 for the Panthers. They call it the 13. Living Good, Locke and Martins in the backfield. Living Good gets the call. And he gets stacked up around the 12-yard line. Number 72, Scott Hendrickson.
Pennfield must have seen something to adjust at halftime because they're starting to hit off tackles and outside a little bit. They're kind of staying away from up the middle, but they're attacking the perimeter people of Negaunee.
Ron Logan coming into the defensive backfield for Negaunee as you take a look at Dennis Wilson. The give is to number 34, Chris Locke, and he's tied right up at the line of scrimmage.
Dion Schmeltz did an excellent job of penetrating, reading the play, making a nice hit. There he is, right down. He splits a double team, comes in and makes a great hit.
Had some help from Todd Ogie, number 64 as well. There you see it, third down.
Big play.
3rd and 8, the ball at the 10.
Look for Art Clark to come out of the backfield as receiver.
Wilson looks, and he gets sacked back around the 18-yard line. Number 77, Mike Luma, in on the sack.
That's a big play for the Negaunee defense. Here is the bootleg action. He's got time. He's got time. Nice play by number 72 there, coming around for the sack. Everybody getting involved. That's a coverage sack. The defensive backs did a great job of covering people downfield and allowed the defensive lineman to get a rush.
Scott Hendrickson also in on the stop, number 72, as Chris mentioned. Big 4th down play for Battle Creek Pennfield. Wilson to the air, in the end zone, incomplete. Now, the flag is thrown, and we have an interference call coming up against Negaunee. The pass was intended for number 82, John Chantren. And the pass interference call.
That looked close. We'll have to look at it. Our producer Woody wants to show the play. I wish he'd hurry up.
It's 1st and goal now for Battle Creek Pennfield. From the 9. Wilson. The give is to Living Good, and he gets it down to about the 6.
I'll tell you, they've been living with that play this whole drive. It's simple. Tight end from tackle, block down, 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 and you have your 2 lead backs leading through the hole.
Jason Sturr-Hill in on the stop. There are 2 players on Negaunee named Jason Hill. Jason Allen Hill. They both have the same middle names. They are not related. They call one Sturr, the other Buff. Here's the pitch to Martins, cutting left. He's in for 6. Jim Martins, his 5th touchdown of the year. And Pennfield takes the lead.
Yeah, they have a quick pitch. They got him out flank. They don't have enough people out there. You get a good block by number 52. Makes enough nice cut. Powers his way in the end zone. Impressive drive. Very impressive.
So Martins gets the touchdown. And they're going for 2. Wilson goes to the air quickly to Art Clark for the 2 points. That makes it Pennfield 14, Negaunee 8.
Excellent timing pattern. We call that a fade route. Excellent time planning, fakes inside. It's kind of the route that Desmond Howard has made famous from Michigan.
the score. Battle Creek Pennfield 14, Negaunee 8. And the Pennfield fans on their feet. Like some of the students from Battle Creek Pennfield. But Pennfield has controlled the ball the third quarter.
That's total opposite of what we've seen in the first half. And once again, take a look at the touchdown again. It's a quick pitch. Tight end kicks out on the support, and here comes the tackle around for the defensive back. Does a nice job. Martins does a good job of finding the end zone. I'm going to emphasize again what penalties and turnovers do to a football team. Negaunee had them stopped on fourth down, but they got a crucial interference call. It could be a turning point in the football game. So it's been a tremendous boost for them if they would stop.
There you see the Negaunee fans up on their feet. They're at the Silverdome. This is for the state championship in Class Double C. Number 55, Scott Clothier kicking off. Taken by number 25, Dave Delangelo. And he gets up to the 28, 29. So now we'll get to see what Negaunee can do on offense. With a minute 55 to go in the third.
Derek Duchesne looks like he got shaken up a little bit on that.
As they break out of the huddle, the quarterback is Josh Muller. Bud Aho is in the backfield along with Dave Delangelo. Muller gives to Delangelo, second man through. And he gets up to the 30 for a gain of about 1. They'll call it 2, give them 2, make it to 31. The minute 15 to go, clock running as you see. The Negaunee Miners right there. Trailing by 6. We've had a safety, a 100-yard interception. Just a wild game. Muller on the option gets hauled down. Ryan Neal, number 77, helping out on the stop. Also, or rather making the initial stop was 88, Brett Kaufman.
And we talked about the option play and responsibility. Brent Kaufman, the guy in charge of the quarterback, the next job is splitting him back, attacked the quarterback, and made a great play. I'll tell you, Pennfield's playing fired up. They're coming out looking like they want it more at this point.
Kaufman, a 5'10", 169-pound senior on Battle Creek Pennfield. Muller back to pass, and he is sacked. Number 50, Luke Majors, made the hit.
There's pressure up the middle. Luke beats his guy one-on-one and makes a nice play. I tell you, Pennfield's coming out a little more inspired.
And that's the end of the third quarter, with Battle Creek Pennfield lighting up the third with 8 points.
Total turnaround from the first half, Mark. Time of possession-wise, Pennfield controlled the ball for 10 minutes in the first, or excuse me, in the third quarter. And, their defense came out well rested and stopped them and got a 3 and out.
There you see it. Pennfield led 6-2 at the end of one quarter. Negaunee came back with a touchdown on the pass from Muller to Lance LaRocque, a 30-yard TD pass, putting Negaunee up 8-6 at halftime. Pennfield has scored 8 points on the 6-yard touchdown run by Jim Martins. And here we see it again.
Jim Martins with a quick pitch. Tight end does a nice job of hooking his man. The guard kicks out. There's Jim Martins finding the end zone.
So to start the fourth quarter, they bring the ball all the way down to the other end of the field where Negaunee will punt it away. Number 35, Bud Aho. Back to punt. Art Clark and Jason Livingood deep for Pennfield. The ball goes out of bounds at the 38-yard line. A short punt by Aho. And Pennfield comes up with great field position.
The kicking game plays such a key role in big games like this when you have two evenly matched teams. Oftentimes the edge goes to the team with the best kicking game.
There you see Dennis Wilson, the quarterback for Battle Creek Pennfield, and there's the bench. On the far right is Dave Hudson, their coach. Just underway here in the fourth quarter. Wilson, and the give is to Livingood, number 11.
A fumble?
I don't know, let's see.
Called him down.
I thought they called him down there, which they did. The Negaunee player came up with the ball. Number 72, Hendrickson. But the referee, one of the officials, ruled the play dead at the 32. So Pennfield continues to hold the ball in 2nd and 4. Pensive mood on the Negaunee bench. Full house backfield. The give is to Martins. And he gets hit right around the 32. No gain. Give him 1.
Deion Schmeltz again with the stop made a nice play. I'll tell you, they're starting to bring their defense up a little bit. They're bringing their defensive backs, and they're getting 8 men on the line of scrimmage. They know that they have to stop the run. They want any chance of winning this game.
3rd and 3 from the Negaunee 31. Fumble on the snap, and Wilson just goes down and covers up. And he'll lose a yard there and brings up a 4th down situation for Pennfield. They bring Livingood in and Martins.
This could be the key play in the ball game. They got 4th down. They need to stop them right here. They can't let them get any more momentum.
Negaunee players hold their arms up in support. Full house backfield for Pennfield. And Wilson goes back. Throws one out, incomplete. The pass was intended for number 90, Kevin Gibson. So Negaunee takes over on downs, and they'll have it at their own 33.
Have a bootleg with the backside tight end cross, and had him open. A little bit of pressure forced him to underthrow the ball. Almost came up with a great catch.
So here's a chance for Negaunee to come back. They trail by 6, 14-8. I'm Mark Andrews. Detroit Lions All-Pro linebacker Chris Spielman is here. Providing the analysis as Josh Muller steps up. Calling the signals for the Negaunee Miners. They trail by 6. The give is to Bud Aho, who goes up the middle and gets to about the 35. Aho is a 6', 200-pound senior. Rich Koski pacing the sidelines once again. A pickup of 2, it's 2nd and 8. As Negaunee comes up to the ball. On the option, this is Josh Muller, and he crosses the 35 and gets to about the 37 for a pickup of 2.
There it is. They hurt Pennfield a little bit in the first half of the option. Scott Clothier and I can't quite get the other number, do a good job of converging in and making the stop.
I think it was number 77, Brian Neal.
Both did an excellent job. 3rd down play.
3rd and 4 for Negaunee. Big play. The give is to Aho. He's close to the first down, but he has not made it. He gets to the 42. He needs to get to about the 42 and a half for the first down.
It's a simple dive with the lead back. Scott Collier there to make the stop. He's playing a heck of a game in his linebacker position. What you got to do here, you got to give it to Big Bud. You need one, you got to give it to him. He's north-south guys. I haven't seen him get stopped for a loss yet. There he is, line.
4th and 1, here we go.
Give it to Bud right here off the left side.
The give is to Aho. He has the first down and a couple more to the 45.
When you got a big bruising fullback like that, you got to take advantage of it.
That's an easy call.
I got one right today. Good block right there. Good lead block.
Number 85, Bill Bickford with the lead block, paving the way for Aho to get that first down yardage. Negaunee trails by 6.
I'm impressed with the composure of both teams in this type of situation.
Aho gets the call again, flag on the play in the backfield. And Aho gets across midfield to the 49.
We got a little legal motion. The left guard who was pulling got out of there a little bit too fast to get his block. It's a simple trap play with the guard pulling. He wanted to get a little jump on things and he took off a little bit too fast.
We saw Gary Nowitzki, the referee from Monroe, making the call. And it comes down to reiterate. So that'll be a 5-yard walk-off, making it 1st and 15 for the Negaunee Miners. There's the Negaunee High School band. Traveled some 550 miles to get here, probably around 550 miles to get here. A long way from the Upper Peninsula. It's 14-8 Pennfield with 7 minutes exactly to go in the 4th. Muller, back in the pocket, throws deep, it's caught by number 14, Jeremy Matanen, and he gets the first down, and he's inside Pennfield territory at the 32. Jeremy Matanen, a 6'2 junior.
Basic counter boot pass. He's looking downfield, he's got 2 reads. He reads the deeper guy on the flag route. Strong safety got sucked up a little bit, and the free safety, 32, has to get over to make the play. He does, but he's just a little late.
That might have been Matanen's first play of the game.
What a big one it is.
There he is at the flanker spot. Muller gives to Aho, and Aho gets down to about the 30 for a gain of 2. That'll bring up 2nd and 8 with 6:30 left to go in the 4th quarter. There you see the score. Battle Creek Pennfield up by 6. And Negaunee has the ball at the Pennfield 30. This is Josh Muller calling the signal. The give is to Aho, and he is stacked up right around the line of scrimmage. That's probably the best defensive move they put on Aho all day.
It was a trap, and Mike Loomer read it perfectly. He filled the gap with the pulling guard, closed down, and made a nice play.
So it's 3rd and 8 for the Negaunee Miners.
5:41 left. It's safe to say they got 2 downs to get 8 yards.
As they leave Bud Aho in the backfield, Dave Delangelo back there with them. And Muller wants to go to the air again. Throws this one tipped away by number 23, Jim Martins. intended for Lance LaRock. There's LaRock.
You have a play action. Semi-sprint to the right. Jimmy Martins does a nice job of getting underneath the receiver and making it go over the top. Nice deflection, good play. Excellent defensive play.
4th and 8 now for Negaunee. What do you do here?
What do I do here? I'd come with that boot action. I'd hit the guy, the boot action where they got to play to number 14 a few plays earlier. Work for him. See if they come with it.
They have John Beckman split out wide to the right. Aho Delangelo in the backfield. Muller, back to pass. Goes deep for Beckman, incomplete.
Artie Clark, nice break on the ball.
Number 2, Clark with the tip. And now Pennfield takes over.
He got play action. He's got a lot of time to throw it. Reading receiver, sees the guy breaking across the middle.
Nice pass.
Very nice. Artie Clark makes a great play to get high in the air for that. Get a tip on. Excellent play. It's crucial for Negaunee now to stop him on 3 downs. They got to get the ball back. It's crucial for him. Can't let him get more than 4 downs here.
Pennfield continuing to work with a full house backfield. The give is to Clark. He gets up to about the 41 before he's brought down by Todd Oshie. Close to the first down. Looks like he has it. Yep, they call first down. Gain of 10. So Battle Creek Pennfield, leading 14-6, has the ball with 4:55 and the clock running in the 4th quarter at the Pontiac Silverdome in the Class Double-C State Championship game. This is Jim Martins. And he gets about 5. Number 64, Todd Oshie on the stop for Negaunee.
Yeah, used to call it, it's another trap, a form of counter OT. They do a nice job of hitting him, but he keeps his feet going, keeps great balance, and fighting for everything he can get. I'll tell you, them backs for Pennfield are running with a purpose right now. Starting to sense victory, I believe.
The clock is running with 4:10 to go. The give is to Art Clark. And he crosses midfield. Depending on the mark, it'll either be on the 50 or down to the Negaunee 49. They mark it at midfield.
All right, in this situation now, you're an offense, you want to think about one thing, ball security. You don't want to get a turnover. Defensively, you can think of exactly the opposite. You want to maybe start and tackle the football. Don't worry about the carry. You need that ball back.
From midfield, Dennis Wilson calling the signals for the Pennfield Panthers, and the give is to Art Clark. Gets about 3. Pennfield just happy with just running it out.
They're doing a great job. It's total opposite of what we've seen in the first half. They're controlling the football, they're establishing the line of scrimmage, and they have a running game. And anytime you have a running game, it causes the defense to play back on its heels a little bit.
Full house backfield. They've been running that standard offense all day long. The give quickly goes to Jason Livingood, and he gets down to about the 43, where he's brought down by number 15, Ron Logan. Taking a look at the stats after 3 quarters. Martins with 46 yards rushing. Art Clark 25, Livingood 15. Troy Place with 12. And at one point, they were minus 21 in the first quarter
I'll tell
rushing.
You, they did an excellent job of coming back and making the commitment to establish the line of scrimmage and establish the running game. They're going back to what got them here.
After giving up that safety in the first quarter, Battle Creek Pennfield has come on. That 100-yard interception by Jason Livingood for a touchdown, making it 6-2 Pennfield in the second quarter. Then the 6-yard touchdown run by Jim Martins as Pennfield just marched right down the field. 2:58 to go. 2nd and 7. Give that time was to Jim Martins. It's now 3rd and 4. Third and long 4.
They stop him here, and the guy's going to have to take a timeout to stop that clock.
2:30 left to go. Big 3rd down play.
Good play.
Wilson gives up the
Timeout.
middle.
Get a timeout. There's the coach. Timeout. Timeout.
And there, Negaunee calls a timeout. They have 1 remaining with 2:16 to go here in the 4th quarter.
Here you have again Deion Schmeltz making a nice play to get penetration and knock off that trap.
The Battle Creek Pennfield Band.
It's going to be interesting to see what Pennfield did here after they tried to punt back in deep in their own territory and they snapped it over the head. He's got a decision to make. Either you punt the ball and try to pin Negaunee back, or you take a chance and go for it on 4th down. But if you don't get it, Negaunee has excellent field position.
And there's enough time to do something.
Definitely. They have 1 timeout left for Negaunee and 3 left for Pennfield.
Battle Creek Pennfield 14, Negaunee 8. 2 minutes, 16 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Pennfield traveling from the western part of the state to the Pontiac Silverdome. Negaunee, of course, coming down from the Upper Peninsula. Here it is. And Wilson takes it himself. And stepped out of bounds. A yard. And he can't believe it.
Number 64, Todd
Oji.
Todd Oji does a nice, thank you, Mark. Todd Oji does a nice job of hustling out there and forcing him out of bounds.
Yeah, there it is.
It's an excellent call by the official, to be on it. He's got to be short.
Yeah. I thought he was short by a yard. So we can tell by the chain here. As they pull it out, yep. So Negaunee takes over. They have new life. They're down by 6 with 2:08.
That was an excellent call by the Pennfield coaching staff to run a naked bootleg. But Todd Oji stayed at home, played his responsibility, and forced the guy out of bounds.
Negaunee needs 6 to tie with 2:08 to go, and they have only 1 timeout remaining.
Look for Josh Muller to look for Lance LaRock here. That's the guy who made the big touchdown catch.
Muller goes back. He has LaRock open. He throws it deep. Incomplete.
John Beckman.
Or Beckman, rather, number 10. Beckman was wide open. But then by the time the ball got there,
I tell you, I like Josh's guts. He's getting back. He says, I don't care. I'm going for it. He's got 3 guys back there with him. Good job. Pennfield staff, I can see the coaches down there now telling their defensive backs, get back, get back. Don't let nothing get above your heads.
number 32, Troy Place, broke it up for Pennfield. 2nd and 10 with 1:59 to go. Muller drops back again. And he is sacked around the 35-yard line. Number 44, Matt Slepper on the sack.
He goes, Josh, he has Derek Duchesne wide open in the flat, but he wants to get it all. He has to realize there's plenty of time. You don't need to get it all in one shot. He had Derek Duchesne wide open at the sticks. He could have threw it to him for the first and get out of bounds to stop the clock. He's got to realize you don't have to get it in one shot. There's plenty of time.
And Negaunee takes their final timeout as Josh Muller comes over to the sideline to talk with Negaunee coach Richard Koski. There's the defensive coordinator for Battle Creek Pennfield as David Hudson paces up and down the sidelines. His team leads by 6 with 1:49 to go in this Class CC state championship game here at the Pontiac Silverdome. Third down and 12 for Negaunee.
Blitz.
Muller back, and he hits Delangelo to the 40, 50, out at the 45-yard line. Negaunee gets a first down.
It was a great call, simply because they had the blitz on. Anytime you have a blitz on, the screen usually develops into a big play. Oftentimes, the middle linebacker is responsible for the back out of the backfield on a screen. Scott Collier was blitzing. They dumped it off. He got great block downfield. Does a nice job, D'Angelo does, of getting out of bounds to stop the clock.
First and 10 for Negaunee from the 45, 1:39 to go. They need 6. 3 men up on the line for Pennfield. This is John Beckman, number 10. He spins around and gets hauled down around the 42-yard line. The clock continues to move.
Gotta get on the ball.
With 1:25 to go.
Got no timeouts left. They got to call the play and get going. Got to get up to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Let's go.
Second and 7.
Let's go, Josh.
42. 1:10 to go. They try to blitz again. Muller on the keeper. And he gets hauled down around the 32 with 1 minute and the clock moving.
Clock stops on first down.
Just until they move the chains. It gets a quick play from
the
this
huddle.
coach,
Let's go.
Richard Koski.
Option play. They're playing to prevent defense as the running game is open.
You won't find anything more exciting than this. 55 seconds to go now. Negaunee needs a touchdown to tie. Muller passes over for Beckman, and he is hammered down around the 18-yard line. Short of the first down. Now Beckman is hurt, and that stops the clock. While the Negaunee trainer, Merlin Borgiali, goes out to check on him.
Quick hitch pattern. You can see his knee buckles right there. Now, in the NFL, if you have no timeouts left and there's an offensive injury, you get, I think the ruling is you get a 10 seconds penalized from the clock. I don't think that's the case in high school. From the way his knee buckled, it's obviously a legitimate injury, and I'm sure some people over there from Pennfield are questioning Negaunee's motive there, but
yeah, you can tell by the
you can see the way
yeah.
it buckled, and we just hope he's all right.
John Beckman, a 6-foot senior with 10 receptions, 227 yards, and 3 touchdowns this year for Negaunee.
Take a look at it again here.
It's being attended to by Merlin Borgiali, the trainer for Negaunee.
There you go. He's outstretched. Art Clark does a great job of breaking on the football. You're watching his right knee as it plants, right there.
Yep. Ooh. That hurts watching.
That's a tough injury there. It looked like that involves the medial collateral ligament. I hope he's all right. We're checking his knee right now.
38 seconds left in this fourth quarter. Negaunee is 26 yards away from at least tying it and perhaps sending it into overtime, or they can win it with a 2-point conversion or a 1-yard PAT. That's if they score the touchdown.
That's the thing about playing on this AstroTurf, Mark. A lot of times it doesn't give, and I know it's the same old argument, but as a player, that I'd much rather play on grass and turf. It looks like he's all right. Thank goodness. You hate to see anybody get hurt on the football field at any level.
especially your senior year, your last game.
Yeah, it looks like he's walking all right. But
Might be a strain.
if you can walk like that, usually it's an indication that it's nothing serious.
And he's being assisted by the Negaunee trainer Merlin Borchial. Oh, he's even doing a little quick step with it. But here we go. We're back to the game. Josh Muller calling the signals with 33 seconds the clock running for Negaunee. And Muller goes back. He throws this one in toward the end zone. Incomplete.
Oh, wow.
It was intended for number 14, Jeremy Matanen. But it goes through his legs, but the clock stops with 23 seconds to go.
Gives him time to get to composure and set up another play. Jeremy had a shot at the ball. It was good coverage by Troy Place. I'll tell you, Josh puts it up there. He's going for it. He got 3 guys back there. Good coverage by Troy Place. He had a shot at the ball.
There you see the time remaining.
Good call.
Negaunee needs a there.
I'll tell you, I like Josh's guts. He's getting back. He says, I don't care. I'm going for it. He's got 3 guys back there with him. Good job. Pennfield staff, I can see the coaches down there now telling their defensive backs, get back, get back. Don't let nothing get above your heads.
Number 32, Troy Place, broke it up for Pennfield. 2nd and 10 with 1:59 to go. Muller drops back again. And he is sacked around the 35-yard line. Number 44, Matt Slepper on the sack.
He goes, Josh, he has Derek Duchesne wide open in the flat, but he wants to get it all. He has to realize there's plenty of time. You don't need to get it all in one shot. He had Derek Duchesne wide open at the sticks. He could have threw it to him for the first and get out of bounds to stop the clock. He's got to realize you don't have to get it in one shot. There's plenty of time.
And Negaunee takes their final timeout. Josh Muller comes over to the sideline to talk with Negaunee coach Richard Koski. There's the defensive coordinator for Battle Creek Pennfield as David Hudson paces up and down the sidelines. His team leads by 6 with 1:49 to go in this Class CC state championship game here at the Pontiac Silverdome. Third down. And 12 for Negaunee.
Blitz.
Muller back. And he hits Delangelo to the 40. 50, out at the 45-yard line, Negaunee gets a first down.
It was a great call, simply because they had the blitz on. Anytime you have a blitz on, the screen usually develops into a big play. Oftentimes, the middle linebacker is responsible for the back out of the backfield on a screen. Scott Collier was blitzing. They dumped it off. He got great block downfield. Does a nice job, the end zone does it, getting out of bounds to stop the clock.
1st and 10 for Negaunee to the 45, 1:39 to go. They need 6. 3 men up on the line for Pennfield. This is John Beckman, number 10. He spins around and gets hauled down around the 42-yard line. The clock continues to move.
Gotta get on the ball.
With 1:25 to go.
You got no timeouts left. They got to call the play and get going. You got to get up to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Let's go.
2nd and 7.
Let's go, Josh.
42. 1:10 to go. They try to blitz again. Muller on the keeper. And he gets hauled down around the 32 with 1 minute and the clock moving.
Clock stops on 1st down.
Just until they move the chains, it gets a quick play from this
huddle. Let's go.
Richard Koski.
Option play. They're playing to prevent defenses. The running game is open.
You won't find anything more exciting than this. 55 seconds to go now. Negaunee needs a touchdown to tie. Muller passes over for Beckman, and he is handled down around the 18-yard line. Short of the first down. Now Beckman is hurt, and that stops the clock. While the Negaunee trainer, Merlin Borgiali, goes out to check on him.
Quick hitch pattern. You can see his knee buckles right there. Now, in the NFL, if you have no timeouts left and there's an offensive injury, you get, I think the ruling is you get a 10 seconds penalized from the clock. I don't think that's the case in high school. From the way his knee buckled, it's obviously a legitimate injury, and I'm sure some people over there from Pennfield are questioning Negaunee's motive there, but
yeah, you can tell by the
you can see the way
yeah.
it buckled, and we just hope he's all right.
John Beckman, a 6-foot senior with 10 receptions, 227 yards, and 3 touchdowns this year for Negaunee.
Take a look at it again here.
It's being attended to by Merlin Borgiali, the trainer for Negaunee.
There you go. He's outstretched. Art Clark does a great job of breaking down the football. You're watching his right knee as it plants, right there.
Yep. Ooh. That hurts watching.
That's a tough injury there. It looked like that involves the medial collateral ligament. I hope he's all right. We're checking his knee right now.
38 seconds left in this fourth quarter. Negaunee is 26 yards away from at least tying it and perhaps sending it into overtime, or they can win it with a 2-point conversion or a 1-yard PAT. That's if they score the touchdown.
That's the thing about playing on this AstroTurf, Mark. A lot of times it doesn't give, and I know it's the same old argument, but as a player, I'd much rather play on grass and turf. It looks like he's all right. Thank goodness. You hate to see anybody get hurt on the football field at any level.
Especially your senior year, your last game.
Yeah. It looks like he's walking all right.
Might be a strain.
If you can walk like that, usually it's an indication that it's nothing serious.
And he's being assisted by the Negaunee trainer Merlin Borgiali. Oh, he's even doing a little quick step with it. But here we go. We're back to the game. Josh Muller calling the signals with 33 seconds, the clock running for Negaunee. And Muller goes back. He throws this one in toward the end zone. Incomplete.
Oh, wow.
It was intended for number 14, Jeremy Matanen. But it goes through his legs, but the clock stops with 23 seconds to go.
Gives him time to get to composure and set up another play. Jeremy had a shot at the ball. It was good coverage by Troy Place. I'll tell you, Josh puts it up there. He's going for it. He got 3 guys back there. Good coverage by Troy Place. He had a shot at the ball.
There you see the time remaining.
Good call.
Negaunee needs a touchdown to tie. 23 seconds left, fourth quarter. He's got Matanen split out to the left. There goes Muller. He takes it himself. Gets down to the 18 with 17 seconds to go. But he gets a first down. That stops the clock till they move the chain.
Line him up.
He'd better line him up and move him out.
Got time for 2 pass plays. 1 run play or 2 pass plays. I'm sure he called 2 plays in the huddle.
Here we go.
Come on, Josh, run the play.
He's got 12 seconds to go. Goes back to pass. Fires over the right side. It's a shame, and he gets hauled down at the 16 with 2 seconds run. And it's 7:02 on November 30th. Battle Creek Pennfield becomes the 1991 Class CC state champions in boys football.
Wild game.
A wild game.
Oh, wow.
Both teams played their hearts out here at the Pontiac Silverdome.
So both played like winners. Neither one never quit. Ronnie stayed in there and fought all the way to the end.
season as both teams line up to congratulate each other.
You don't want to question anything, but they could have maybe, I don't all right. Maybe want to try to stop the clock that last play.
Here we are in the second quarter. This is Ron Logan in at quarterback for Negaunee, intercepted by Jason Livengood for Battle Creek Pennfield. And this was the biggest play of the game for Pennfield up till this time. And Livengood decides he's going to go all the way, 100 yards, setting a state record for an interception return in a playoff game, or in the finals, I should say. And that made it 6-2 Pennfield at that point.
That was a great play by Jason. I was up here when that play happened, saying, stay in the end zone, stay in the end zone. And when he got to the 30, I was saying to myself, go, 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 go. But we got some great blocks, made a couple people miss.
Here's Negaunee with Josh Muller. Going back to pass, he looks for Lance LaRock in the second quarter. 30-yard touchdown pass as LaRock goes high to hold it in.
That was a great catch by Lance and an excellent throw. And as I said, the defensive backs' #1 rule is never let anybody get behind them. In that situation, they did.
And in the third quarter, Battle Creek Pennfield added the final 8 points to the game. And that turned out to be the winning touchdown, as there was no scoring in the fourth quarter. There you see Battle Creek Pennfield celebrating the state championship.
We had that quick toss where the tight end gets a key block and hook on the outside linebacker. Pulling tackle. Logs from the 22, Derek Duchesne. Jimmy Martin finds the end zone.
6-yard touchdown run by Jim Martin.
You can see the faces on these kids here, and you can tell what it really means to them. This is what football is about. It's not about the money or the glory or anything like that. It's about winning and feeling of accomplishment that they get. They worked awful hard, and everybody involved from both cities and all teams should be proud of the way these guys played tonight.
Negaunee traveling 500-plus miles from down to play in this state double C state championship game. And they come up short 14-8. Battle Creek Pennfield coming from the western part of the Lower Peninsula over to the Silverdome in Pontiac to play in this NFL stadium. And they walk away with probably the greatest day of their lives till now as state double C championship in football. Getting the runner-up trophy, Richard Koski, the head coach at Negaunee. And they will now present the championship trophy to David Hudson, the coach of Battle Creek Pennfield. And the Pennfield fans erupt.
It's got to be a great moment in his life, coach. I'm sure he's proud of all his kids. There you go, bring them all in there.
I guess life sort of stands still for a minute when you win a championship like this.
No, it doesn't. I mean, I've been involved in some big games, in situations like this, and you just kind of want to freeze the moment. You're almost numb at this point.
Panther power for the Pennfield Panthers.
I tell you, Negaunee has nothing to be ashamed of. They played their hearts out in Pennfield. Pennfield came out in the second half, established their offense, and stuck with it, and basically controlled the game from there.
Good, clean games we've seen all afternoon. Not a lot of penalties. If there were mental mistakes, there wasn't.
That just shows, that's some coaching on down. It shows the character of both teams and good sportsmanship and really what high school football is about. It's played for fun, and when you win and you put so much work into it, the feeling that these kids have now is wonderful. And the same feeling goes for Negaunee. I mean, they're tremendously upset, but they have nothing to be ashamed of. They're runner-ups, but they've come a long way. I just think they've come a lot farther than how many other schools in Class WC.
That's right. Of all the schools in that class, They made it all the way here to the Pontiac Silverdome. The goal that all high school teams shoot for the MHSAA state championship game.
I'll tell you, it's great to see these fans here too, cheering their team even though they lost. That's what it's all about. I remember when I up here for the Lions when we used to get beat, I got beer and hot dogs thrown at me and booed. That's what we used to. You understand? I use that in past tense.
But the state champions go to the locker rooms, Battle Creek, Pennfield. And so for Detroit Lions linebacker Chris Spielman, my name is Mark Andrews. Thank you very much for joining us for the state Class CC state championship game, which goes to Battle Creek Pennfield by the score of 14-8 over Negaunee. So long, everybody.